Hospital porters, pride and dignity, stop the New World Order. Welcome to Herpanwo TV. Well, it's been a strange weekend. I go off to the Exopolitics conference and I come back to find UFOs have been spotted over Stansted Airport. There's been a massive stock market crash. Helicopters are coming down in Afghanistan with people on them that are supposed to have killed Bin Laden. And I've run out of tea bags. Can things get any worse? Better not ask. Anyway, there's, as far as the rioting goes, I mean, I remember a few years ago there was some very, very bad rioting in Blackbird Leys, Oxford. I remember that very well. Riots are usually localised events. They usually break out in a certain area and they stay in that area. Now this is different because the riots that are going on at the moment are nationwide. They've broken out in about 7 or 8 cities across the country, mostly London, but in other areas too. And particularly in this area. This is Nottingham, and I'm at Peck Lane, Nottingham, in this little quiet alleyway. And I'm not far from the Victoria Centre, which is just up this road here, where there's some very, very bad rioting last night, and there's a lot of damage has been done. Now, it seems if these riots are coordinated, and the newspapers are saying they've been coordinated by Twitter, then it's who's behind it, who's coordinating it, and for what reason. It just seems very coincidental these just happened at this sort of moment of crisis where the stock market's gone down and everything, and just last week the recovery faltered. I suspect this may be a government operation. Of course, not all the rioters are government agents, but they don't have to be. You know, to riot, all you need to do is sort of like throw a couple of bricks and too many people join in. I'll explain why in a minute. But in the news they're talking about, when there was a remarkable piece, just a couple of sentences in one of the news articles online, BBC News. We're ruling out calling in the army. I mean, it's the nonchalant way in which he said that really shocked me and chilled me. We've ruled out calling in the army. Now, I mean, this could well be double speak to say, well, we are calling in the army. They will do if things get worse. They could declare martial law, and it could be like Northern Ireland with troops on the streets. But the very fact they said, oh, we're not calling in the army, it was like as if the very fact that they even considered it is frightening. And the nonchalant way in which they said it, as if it was the most natural question in the world. A few years ago, it would have been, what? What are you what are you talking about calling in the army? So, I mean, there's no doubt, whether this is a governmentally organised operation, or whether it's just it is a riot that's broken out independently, the government are going to exploit it and they're going to try and use it to bring in the Big Brother state. And now, if they do that, we must not lose our outrage. We must not let ourselves be fooled into thinking, well, it's necessary, something must be done, they've got to stop it, because that's problem, reaction, solution, as David Icke says. In truth, rioting. Obviously, if a few government agents couldn't cause a riot, they need lots of other ordinary people to join in. And, well, there's lots of things in the newspaper saying these people are evil, they're scum, things like that. Well, I think that's oversimplistic. The thing about it is, you say, well, you could ask these people, well, why'd you do it? Why'd you riot? I mean, the news people during the Blackbird Leys riots about 20 years ago were asking that same question. Why do you go rioting? And the thing is, they're asking the wrong question. Yes, they're right to ask why, but the question should be, why don't you riot? And that's the thing, you see. I mean, there's times in my life when I have felt the urge to pick up a brick and throw it. And I haven't done so. But I've had to actually find a reason not to do so, because you ask people why they do things, and the answer is why not. And what point is it? Life is pointless. You are worth nothing. This is the message that keeps coming out to us. There's no point to life. You are worth nothing. You're born poor. You'll be poor your life. You go into slave labour at the job centre. You get a slave until you get a slave labour job, then you lose that slave labour job and you go back to the job centre to live on slave wage, slave benefits. You carry on like that, drinking crap, eating crap food, drinking crap drink, watching crap TV, and then you die. That's what we're told our life is. And, in that situation, I'd want to pick up a brick, I'd want to throw it, because you think, why the hell not? why the hell? I might as well throw a brick, do some damage, because everything's damaged anyway. And it's been a struggle for me to find a reason not to. And I have found a reason not to. It's very much what I'm doing now, Hapanwo and everything connected with it. That's why I don't riot. And when I go up to people and I ask them, why do you riot? They'll say, why not? And I'll say, well, this is why not. So really, I'd like to appeal to anyone who's doing this rioting, don't do it. Firstly, because this is what the government want you to do, and you're doing far more damage than you think. You're not just breaking windows and burning down a few houses. You're building a big brother state for you and your children. Secondly, you know, there is a point to life. There is meaning to life. Your life has value. You know, as the guy says in that film Network, I want you to get mad. Stick your head out the window and shout, I'm a human being. I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. But when you get as mad as hell and you say you're not going to take it anymore, there's ways and means of actually expressing that, and the way and means is to do it creatively and not destructively. Well, thanks for watching Hapanwo TV. Hospital Porters, Pride and Dignity, stop the New World Order. And one more thing. The way that the Exopol, you know, I think that the Exopol conference actually happened at just the right time. It couldn't have been more apt. See you later.